So I finally finished Tape 1 of Lost Records Bloom and Rage. Well, actually I finished it a couple of days ago. I'm super late to this, but what's new? But Lost Records, the most recent game from the original developers of Life is Strange, Dontnod Entertainment. Out the gate, I was super hyped for this game. Leading up to its release, I covered the whole thing, any little bits we got, and I finally finished Tape 1, or Part 1 of the game. Tape 2 is scheduled for April 15th. Sadly, it got pushed back a little. The game as a whole was pushed back. It was supposed to come out in October of last year, but with Life is Strange Double Exposure dropping at that same time, they decided to push it back, which makes sense. But was it worth the wait? Was it everything that I hoped for? Before I get into the game, I'm Keegan, and I like to talk about games. If you like what you see, consider subscribing to the channel to see more of what I've done and what's to come. I'd love to have you. But anyways, with all that out the way, let's dive into Lost Records Bloom and Rage Tape 1. So far, the story, Lost Records Bloom and Rage, follows a group of girls that meet in the summer of 1995 in Velvet Cove, Michigan, encountering something strange that they swear to forget and keep secret, only to be drawn together 27 years later in 2022 to try and remember what happened that summer. We play as our main character, Swan Holloway, a shy loner girl who is super into film, and during an encounter with some bullies, Swan, us the players, meet Autumn, a sweet and chill skater girl, Nora, a punk rock class clown type of girl, and Kat, a smart and sensitive girl. And that's the gang. But without spoiling anything too early in the video or just in general, I will say just out the gate from the little that I can give, I love the characters. At first I thought they were all really fucking awkward and weird, but as I kept playing I grew to really like them, and if I had to pick a favorite or two favorites, I think I would go either between Kat or Nora. That's who I'm personally drawn to myself. The story, while having some slow moments, I love it. The mysterious nature goes hard, and I love the overall vibe of the game. It makes me miss being a teenager, that's for sure. The story is great, and it just keeps you guessing along the way of what's happening and what's gonna happen. What's the terrifying thing that they chose to forget, and how does this all correlate to 2022? As for the gameplay, it's nothing complicated. It plays like a game like Life is Strange, which makes sense. We can roam around small areas, observing our surroundings and finding items or clues to complete objectives, or, certain things that you can just find to reminisce with. When in conversation with another character, we can choose our response. It all works well. The newish feature of this game is the film mode. Swan, being into film, we can use her camcorder to complete her memoir and other side film stuff. It's honestly pretty fun, and you can even edit your own videos. It's pretty cool. So for gameplay, it's simple, but it definitely works really well. Now moving on to Velvet Cove, the city where this game takes place. While it's simple, this city is just beautiful. I love the small town vibe, especially out in the woods that we get to explore most of the game. And even finding our little hideaway in the woods in the story, it's just gorgeous. But I didn't expect anything less from Dontnod. One thing you can always count on is the beauty of their games. I love the small town vibe, it's awesome, and I love that it takes place in Michigan, considering I'm from Michigan myself. Granted, I always lived and still live more near Detroit than anywhere where this game takes place. I live in suburbia, tons of people, it's overwhelming most of the time, but it is super cool to see this state get some love, and I just love this game's world. Now going a little more over the characters and just kind of giving somewhat of an opinion on them, I really only dislike two characters out of this entire game, and that's Dylan and Corey, but that's okay, they're kind of just the bad guys of the story, so that's a given. But I love the gang. The girls are awesome, they're super fucking awkward, especially our main character Swan. She just takes the cake.
Sup, home skillet? Watching our video last night was...
But that's part of the charm, and her charm. They're meant to be weirdos and dorky. It bothered me a little at first, as much as the long pauses these characters take. But after like an hour or two, I really grew to love it, and I just love this game. I think it's awesome. Kinda wrapping up the overview of this episode, I just wanted to mention the soundtrack. Just perfect. I expected nothing less than amazing. Dontnod always puts me on to some great tunes. I listen to the Life is Strange 1 and 2 soundtracks all the time. I mean, I listen to True Colors and even, well, I haven't listened to double exposures yet, but it's such a vibe. And that's coming from a guy that's more into like old punk music and like classic metal music, but this is my chill music. And Lost Records is a part of that playlist now. And fun fact, the soundtrack for Lost Records is going to be on vinyl, and I am definitely picking up one of those for sure. And you should too if you're a vinyl collector. Just look it up. I don't know where they're selling it, but if you look it up on Google, I'm sure it'll come up. But if you find it, grab it. Such an awesome soundtrack, but that was to be expected. So while I love Lost Records Bloomin' Rage, it wasn't what I expected. And while it bothered me a little in the beginning, I still ended up really loving this game so much that I cannot wait to see where this game goes. I'll actually save some of the story spoilers that I have for when Tape 2 comes out, so I can just do it all as a whole. So if you haven't played Lost Records yet, definitely do it. It should still be up on sale. I don't know about the time of releasing this video, but if it's still on sale, it's only like $35, and even without the sale, it's like $40. You get both tapes, so when Tape 2 comes out, you'll get it, and it's definitely worth it. This game is just a place in time. Granted, I didn't grow up in the 90s. I was actually born in the bare-ass end of the 90s, but it reminded me of being younger, and reminding me of how weird I used to be, and probably still am. It was awesome. I love the mystery, and I can't wait to find out what's going on. That cliffhanger that the end has is just killing me. I'm super hyped. Dontnod, you guys are the goats. I love y'all. If you for whatever reason don't or can't buy this game, I did just finish my walkthrough, which you can check out when you're done here on YouTube. It's definitely a good time, so come hang out. I hope to see y'all there, but for now, that's all we got. I won't rate it yet, kinda, until the game is complete, but at least right now, it's sitting at like an 8.5, 9 out of 10. I loved it. I adored it. But we'll see how they end it, because that will dictate, quite a few things. But anyways, if you made it this far in the video, thank you. You're awesome. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to share, like, and subscribe to see more of what I've done and what's to come. I'd love to have you. But anyways, I hope y'all have an awesome day. Thanks for coming, and thanks for watching.